Hello tankers, I'm Major Hawkins, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about Castilla and some tactics on Castilla. I saw that Bushka put a video out that just the other day where he was driving the STV1 on Castilla and talking about tactics and going up on mid-hill, or medium hill, you might say. I have two replays for you here. And one of the things that I'm always concerned about when I'm playing on Castilla is, of course, what are the position of the outline of the two teams, and also what are the composition of mids and heavies and where they're going. Because if I've seen games where you can win by just swarming the one side, but you can very easily be caught in a crossfire either on hill or on left side here on C area where the heavy hill is. If you see the lineup here, we have two high tier meds. The red team have two low tier meds, which is one of the matchmaking things that I think that Wargaming should look into. But on the other hand, that makes the games varied instead of all the tanks being the same tier and the same capabilities, you might say. But the problem here is that I will always, in a medium or light, go up on this hill. The way that I play the hill may be different. Yeah, and I'm actually driving into my teammate here, Old Man Grumpy, and he was giving me a hard time about that, and yeah, I was just a buffoon. So you see here that the 92E1, he is spotting that side, but the problem is that we spotted him and we were not spotted on this side here. So if I were in the 92E1, I would probably go up here as well, but I'll be much more reluctant to push because I don't have the DPM, and well, as you can see, the red team is not supporting him up here. They're not even paying attention to us being up here, even though we're farming them like crazy. Another thing to take into consideration on this lineup here is that the AMX-50B and the AMX-5120 are very mobile heavy tanks, so they could go up here and support the team here. And that is one of the things I want to discuss, that if you're in a heavy that is kind of mobile and you see that you're down on, yeah, I do it again, sorry, on my grumpy. If you're in a fairly mobile heavy tank and you see that you're down on medium tank, sometimes it can actually pay off to go support the medium side. But don't abandon the heavy side in Castilla. You need to take care of that heavy side. I actually take a shot from the E1 here because I know that Old Man Grumpy can kill him if I pen my shot. And then I stay here because I know the gorilla was off to my side here, up on the hill there somewhere. So I'm giving him a hard time to shoot at me if he was still there and unspotted. And then I'm just backing up again. And you see that how they abandoned the heavy hill here, and our team, our heavies, are just holding because they're low tier. And the only guy pushed up was actually our 57 heavy. So he pushed up, probably clipped his 3 shots, and then he was killed. Because he was crossfired out by probably the E1, shot him once, the grill shot him, and all the heavies were on their side. So looking at the minimap here, you can see that the grill and the 120 are down around their spawn area, and I'm telling Old Man Grumpy that we need to pull back because they're swarming us now, and we have 2 clippers on us. The AMX, the Standard B, and then also the grill if they're supporting each other, all of them. So what we're doing here is just we're pulling back, but not more than we can still spot the area and we can still deal damage, and we can run away if we need to. So I'm hiding here, spotting the area. Old Man Grumpy is going back up on the Kolobanov Hill, as you call it, just to my left here, over in this area here where he goes up here, you see. That is the Kolobanov Hill. So if you're on encounter match and you're alone against a couple of tanks, that's a really, really good hill to climb up to on Castilla. So I'm just hiding behind the rock. I am spotted now. And we're just waiting for the gorilla is not pushing up. And I'm not giving him any shots here. I'm just hiding behind his back. HE to the side. I am taking a shot, but I am fairly healthy still. He cannot clip me out now. And the gorilla cannot shoot Old Man Grumpy. He cannot shoot me. And that's pretty much it. So just resetting my camo here and waiting for the gorilla to get spotted. Pre-aiming. Popping out. So in the beginning of the match, going up on that medium hill to spot that up, if you're in a medium, it's very important. And the next replay that I have for you, yeah, and he's sending it because Old Man Grumpy, I think he needed some TD kills, something like that, and that's fine with me. We're still top of the team doing 4k each. So if you're on the other side, I also see a lot of times that the heavies, they turn around and go off to the medium hill, which is fine. The problem is, again, if you go up on the hill, you very easily get swarmed. and crossfired from the other side. And that you can see here on the other replay I have. So that is in a heavy tank playing solo on my free-to-play account. And again, look at the composition of the team. They have two very mobile heavy tanks, clippers, right? They have the FV4005, the Progetto, and the TVP. So they have 5 clippers on that team. We only have the E100 and me who can actually hold this side. The Concept 1B and me holding this side here. You see the Minotaur is turning around. If I were in the Minotaur, I would have stayed on the heavy side, most likely. But then again, it makes sense to go that way that he does, because they have the AMX 50Bs, and if they go on the medium side, they can swarm them over there. On the other hand, if I push too hard on this side, they can attack me, and then they can kill either me or the Concept 1B in a one clip. This area here is somewhere where the AMXs very often go across, because they're very fast. So that's why I'm going up here instead of up to the hill where the Concept 1B is. So now, since nothing is spotted here, and we see the one AMX 50B is spotted on the other side, since they're in platoon, the other guy is most likely there as well. So I need to push up to mid here. You see the E100 is also spotted over there, so nothing is on this side. Maybe a TD on the hill, and there you see it. He's actually not on the hill, but he's on that mid-hill, you might say, just outside of the town here. So I'm going up here to make sure that they won't get going to push down. And I take a couple of silly shots here because I actually push up too far, but that's on me. As long as nobody are working together and pushing me up here, I could fairly easily hold this side. And I said, yeah, I take a couple of bad trades. I am trying to work out how to get my gun down. And pretty much just holding this side. And you see my Concept 1B is still on the hill, slightly to the left behind me. My E50 is dead. And I'm just holding here. So they will have a hard time hitting my turret, because the E5 have a really, really strong turret. So what I'm trying to show here is that even though that you're on paper maybe outnumbered or outgunned, because if the MX-50Bs were to push us, they would have killed one of us instantly, we need to spot up both sides. So you see the whole team is now spotted around this road and ditch, and they can't really get out of there. They have to try to do what they can to kind of get out of that crossfire, because they're getting found from the hill where you have the Minotaur up, they're getting found from me and from the Concept 1B. So there's really nothing they can do now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am taking another silly shot here from the 100 because I'm thinking about how I can get around here and maybe spot the 4005. Taking a shot from the 100, pulling back, and then we're killing him together. The MX, not the MX, sorry, the Concept 1B and me. So I don't want to come in a face up with him. I'd rather go down here where I can work my tank and maybe get some cover and some hull down. Not much to say actually. Just following out. Bear in mind that I have heat for a premium, and heat doesn't have any normalization. So as long as I'm facing the side of his turret, it's a pretty easy pen, even though he angles it up against me. So that was another game on Castilla to show you how you can do that. So bear that in mind. I had another replay that was unfortunately deleted, where I was playing the 53 TP, where I was all by myself together with an IS-3 on the heavy hill side, and we were just holding and sharing our hit points among us while our team were clearing out the other side. And the only thing that we had opposing us was actually a chieftain. I think it was either a chieftain or an Action X. And while we're just holding there and making sure that we couldn't get farmed from the hill, and we had crossfires on the mediums on hill because they're pushing both sides of that side. So when you're playing Castilla, bear in mind, if you're heavy, if you're mobile, if other heavies are going heavy hill, you can support your meds, but don't abandon one side for the other. Somebody needs to spot both sides up, otherwise you very often will get yourself into a pickle there. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. happy tanking and have a really great day. Bye bye.